Welcome back to the channel, everyone. You clicked on the video, so you know why we're here. We're gonna build a roll cage. So it's a nice chilly day here in Pennsylvania. If you can't tell, got the pellet stove cranked up, got the electric heater on. It's a little chilly. Outside, it's, a lot of you might refer to it as snow. Someone really likes the snow. So since outside's not super fun right now, I can't think of a better project to work on than, I think the roll cage is my most anticipated part of this build. Maybe next to getting the LS fired up, but I'm just super excited to start this. It's been something I've wanted for such a long time, and we're here. The only problem is I have no clue how to build a cage. Never done it before. The only time I've messed with DOM tubing, which you guys saw in a previous video, was when I did the cross member and rear bracing. So with that, we're gonna learn a lot. What I do know about roll cages is you need a solid base to work on, and I took care of that in part 3 of building my floor. If you haven't seen that, that video was awesome, and you should go check that out right now. Now that the front of the floor is done, we can start building the cage off this, and then working our way back so we can finish the rear of the floor. Going along with a solid base, we also need solid base mounts, and that goes over here to this package from Motobuilt, courtesy of Sneveys Offroad. So yeah, let's open this and see what we got. Again, huge shout out to Steve over at Sneveys Offroad for hooking me up with these parts from Motobuilt. These are gonna be very key components to this cage build, so let's get this box open. So going with the brand new floor we built, we're gonna have brand new cage feet. So Motobuilt makes all these awesome different size plates and cage tie-ins. That's gonna help make my life way easier. And again, all this can be ordered through SneveysOffroad.com. The main parts we're looking for right now are these. These are our B-pillar mounts, and that's where we're starting with on this cage. I think this is pretty good location for these mounts. It's very similar to what the factory ones are, but I have both at the same distance. So just to show you guys, going off of the side here. Stay. I'm going straight through that top hole, and I'm right at 8.5 inches on both the driver's side and the passenger side mount. I think that's good. We are a little close to the skeleton that the nut will not go on. Bummer! That's not fun. I'll show you guys in a second what I mean. Like, there's a piece of skeleton that goes right here, and the nuts are right against it. You guys can see right in there. Let's see if we can. It's like right against that skeleton piece, which not optimal. We're gonna have to figure that one out. Don't like that gap. Solid, other than the little bit of play there. We're gonna have to figure that out. But you know what? Clamp it back where it's gonna get bolted and tack it. Maybe if I just tack that in place and build off that. I like that idea. So I got the bottom bolted, double check measurements, clamp the top, tack the top, and then build off there, and then I can always come back and cut the tack. Okie dokie. Got that plate tack welded there, and now I can get my first bar in place, clamped up, and work with it. And then once I figure out where that bar is at, then I can locate where my new holes are going to be for the bolts, and then once it's bolted, then I can cut the tacks. I really don't like how close they are to that skeleton piece, so I'm probably just going to drill new holes and locate the bolts further in, and then just patch the 4 holes I drilled in my brand new floor. I can't really do anything until I get my first piece in. So let's go get the DOM and cut our first piece of this cage. Give me the square. Oh, hi. Oh, that's cold on the hands. Oh, it's cold on the hands. It says it's 19 degrees out, guys. Oh. Well, before I continue on with any more of this, I need to change my clothes because I don't have nice clothes, but this is considered nice clothes for me. So I need to change my garage clothes before I get them dirty and Lauren yells at me. Okay, that's better. I got some dirty clothes on that I don't care about destroying. Just measured from outside to outside on those B-pillar mounting plates. Again, I'm gonna be making this roll cage out of 1 3/4 120 wall DOM. And yeah, now it's time to cut my first piece. Exciting, but scary, because this is expensive. Don't want to mess up. Watch your toes. Tell you what I need is I need a chop saw, because I can't make a straight cut to save my life with that bandsaw. But that's why you cut it big, and it looks like that's good. All right. I just use the magnets as like a straight edge to get the top of the tube level with the top of the bracket, and then just clamped it in place. So now what I want to do is I need to make a piece that goes from out here down to here. So I need support from here to here. So I'm probably going to do one here and then one here. And my idea for that is my B pillar is going to come down to here. Then, you know, we're looking for straight lines in tubing. So it's going to come here, come down, and end here. And then this tube, if I put it like that, I plan on doing my like X bar. So maybe I can tie that in so it's like continuous tube, and then gusset those tubes to this thing. So it's just like a super strong base to build off of. Well, here's my little piece. This took me a minute to get shaped out, but it fits. So over here, put that up in there. So that's my idea right there. This tube is still level with the top of the bracket, and then this fits up in there. It's kind of shaped up with the little ramp, a little bend in there. And then I'm gonna position it right on the outside edge of the tube. So now, the B pillar is gonna come down, tie in right here, which is gonna go through and tie into the plate. I had to take that bolt out to get that, to squeeze the tube in there. But again, I'm gonna be re-drilling these holes, maybe like up in here. And then I'll drill the back holes, boom, and boom, back in there. So that's the idea. Got one made. I gotta mimic it on that side. Tell you what, this little Harbor Freight tube notcher did the trick. So with these, I just did a 90-degree notch, and then took the flap wheel and started beveling this edge to get it to tuck up in there. Took a measurement from the inside edge of this hole to the face of this tube was 1/4 inch, so I matched that on both sides. And yeah, the first, I guess technically 3, because 1, 2, 3 pieces of tube are officially tacked into the Jeep. Still have this bracket tacked to the actual floor until I figure out bolt hole locations. So you guys are probably wondering why I'm building a cage like this, because this isn't the traditional way. I saw this idea on Pirate 4x4 by a guy named Matt Cutler from Cutler Fab. If you don't know who Matt is, go check him out on Instagram at Cutler Fab. His work is phenomenal. He is an amazing fabricator. He did a big write-up on the way he built the cage for the YJ he was working on, and I just really liked the style. I thought it was cool. He explained things that made a lot of sense, and I really liked the cage that he made. So I'm going to try to take aspects and some design features of his cage, plus another cage that I really like as well, and add my own flair to it and combine it. But the way Matt explained it when he built that cage is he used a lot of straight tubes. I don't know much about it, but there was guys saying that's kind of how Ultra 4 race cars are built. So that's kind of where my ideas are coming from for this cage design, and the way that this B-pillar base is coming and forming into a shape. Matt built his a little differently, so I'll put a picture somewhere in the video here of the way he designed it. Obviously, it's going to be way better than what I'm going to come up with. I'm taking my own little flair on that, so that's why I have this. You guys saw me put these little bars in, and like I said, I'm going to add gussets, cap it, add another tube in. But it's unique, it's different, and I just want to try it. I think it'd be cool, and now I got to work on the front part here, get that in, so that I can start tying tubes together and figuring stuff out. Yeah, I think it's gonna be cool. I hope it's cool. Just put the windshield down because now I would like to work on the bar that goes here, so I can tie it into my A-pillar. So I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing. Do a bar and bars down to this, and then tie this bar all the way in to there. I'm gonna cut this bar first, get it clamped and level where at least the same degree that this is. Like with these bolts here, I won't be able to lay the bar, so I think I'm gonna get like a piece of 1/4-inch steel on each end when I clamp the bar in, just to space the bar out a hair. Got the 1/4-inch pieces as spacers. You can see the one all the way over there. And it's actually spaced out pretty good at a 1/4-inch, especially from those bolts. My buddy Matt let me borrow his tube bender, and I didn't need it right away, so my other buddy Sam borrowed it to do his shock hoops on his TJ. Gotta call Sam. But I got this piece cut. I didn't do that one yet because I'm just trying to learn. Because, you know, I'm learning as I go and I have no clue what I'm doing. I got my plate here. And I have a little magnet there trying to get the 90 degree. And then here, wake up. Let's see, that's 89.95, so practically 90 degrees. Yeah. 90 degrees going that way, and then 89.75, yeah. So somewhere in there, but I'm pretty close to 90 degrees this way, and 90 degrees that way. And then wiper motor, that wiper motor just clears that bar. I have all my edges beveled because if I like it, I'm going to tack it, and I don't have to cut tacks just to bevel an edge. So before I take any piece and try to mock it up, I'm beveling it before it goes in. Oh, too much. 89.95. So that's going this way, now going this way. Look here. 89.95. Pretty close to 90 degrees. like a 1/10 of a degree off. I think I got it. I think I got everything pretty dang close to where it needs to be. My OCD's flaring up a little bit because I keep jumping back and forth, trying to make it like exactly the perfect on each side. And I know that's probably not necessary, but I'm just taking my time. But I have everything within a 1/10 of a degree. I have this space on both sides, a 1/2 inch, and this one's not 100% centered in the plate. I had to shift the plate this way just a bit, and then that plate is pretty centered too. My goal now is I want to tack everything together. Things are starting to take shape. Getting excited. So I pulled everything off except the 2 middle clamps because again, that's just keeping it from falling over for some reason, but I think it would stand on its own. There's no sense in removing them because it's where I need it to be, and then I can keep building from there. This section that sticks out past the tube, I cut this tube long, so that's going to get trimmed off so it's flush with the outside, and same with the passenger side. But that's about all I can do tonight because I don't have the bender. So I gotta go ahead, give Sam a call, see if I can get it from him tomorrow. And then as long as I can get the bender, we'll be back down tomorrow, and we're gonna make the pieces that come from here to here. Hell yeah. Like I said in the beginning, this cage is like one of the most exciting things for me, and it's starting to take shape. Super pumped. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Back at it. We are actually heading to Sam's house to grab the bender. So, starting our day off strong, getting that, and then we'll get back to the garage and get some more work done. Oh, the TJ's out. We have made it to the Matter Mansion. Oh, it's Klaus and Luna. Hi, Klaus. Hi, buddy.
At least if you fall, you're just gonna smash your face into the rubber tire.
Yeah. Are you turning? Yeah, just okay.
All right, let me jump to this tire.
Hey. Get to work. Well, it took me a minute to figure out how to get this thing together and how it worked. I had a scrap piece that I threw in and just did a practice bend just to make sure everything was working and just kind of get a feel how it operates. So it works. That's good. Never bent tube before, other than that was my first piece ever. So this is actually my first real piece. I'll show you guys the bender real quick, and then I'll show you my ideas on getting this in there. The bender I'm working with is a JD Squared Model 3, and it has a Swag off-road hydraulic ram mount, and then this is just a Harbor Freight hydraulic mount made on a janky base, but that's how it looks. I'm sure you guys are going to probably see a lot of this in the entire cage build series. I'm super grateful to have friends that will let me borrow tools like this so I don't have to go out and buy something. So again, thank you, Matt. That's a huge help. This is the tube I just cut. I'm going to need the bend probably like right here to kick out to meet there. So on my way home from picking up the bender, swung by Harbor Freight, picked up this bad boy. It's a digital angle finder with a level. So we'll turn that on. So I'm going to pretend that's my bar, bring it all the way here. If this is mimicking the tube, I want the bend to be right here on the tube. And this is telling me it's 175 degrees. So subtract 175 from 180 to get the opposite bend, 5 degrees. That's what I'm trying to say. I figured I'll put the bend in first, and then I can notch the ends how they need to be notched, and just figure it out from there. I'm just gonna mark it here, and that'll give me a few inches on both sides for the notches and to trim it and figure it out. Alright, so there's my mark. I'm gonna put it right on the edge of that bolt. So right on the outside edge of the bolt is my mark. And then 4.5 inches in should be where the bend starts. Inherently, this has a 5-degree spring back. I can always bend more, I can't bend back. Bend to 8 degrees, let it spring back to 3, and see how that looks. Alright, so right there is 8 degrees. Release this. Oh shit. So that only sprung back 3 degrees, so I'm at a 5-degree bend right there. So good thing I didn't bend to 10. This side is the notch going to the A pillar. As you can see, very slight bend going that way. 5 degrees. We're gonna notch this end, get it mocked up, and then we can see where we need to cut the notch for that. So I'm an idiot. I cut the notch going the wrong direction, but right there is a perfect example on why you make your tubes extra long. So I have plenty of room to cut the notch in the right direction now, and then it'll be right. Well, that tube took a little bit of time. That took a lot of time, actually. Alex stopped by. So I got it just held in place. There's the notch around there, nice tight fit. I'm gonna have a magnet holding that one up, and my Sharpie lines are all lined up, and it's fitting very well. So for my first bent tube, I'm pretty happy with it. But I was about to tack it in, and then we have that gap here. So we were just talking, I think I'm gonna weld this section up that's gonna be covered by the tube. That way I know it's fully welded, and then we can tack this in place and then work the rest later. So I'm gonna weld that up now and then get this aligned, tacked in, and then work on that piece. All right, everyone, I'm going to say that first time bending tube and doing this was a success for just as far as I got. I got the other passenger side tube in, got the driver's side tube in. You guys can see the slight bend there, as well as the slight bend there on the passenger side, all the way up. And yeah, I got pretty much the lower front half of the cage tacked and shaped up. One thing I forgot to mention, and I forgot to do when I started, was, as you can see, the tube is cleaned up here. I got excited starting to cut and tack pieces together. I forgot to clean the mill scale off. So you can see, like up there, that joint's clean now, that joint's clean. Yeah, you guys get the point. So when you're cutting tube to notch, you want to clean the joints we're going to weld. And all I did was I just took a Scotch-Brite, green, red, whatever it is, degreased it with some carb cleaner, hit it with a Scotch-Brite, blew the dust off the air compressor, and now I have a nice clean joint to tack to. But this is as far as I can get in this video, unfortunately, because I need to mount my seats, and I want to put the seats on sliders. Sliders haven't showed up yet. They're supposed to be delivered this week, but with the holiday stuff, you know how that goes. Everything gets delayed. So I can't continue on until I get my sliders. So in my head, the next video is going to cover seat mounting and getting that all set up, and then maybe gusseting and finishing a little bit more of this front half, and then we can work on finishing part 4 of the floor. I think it's part 4, yeah. As always though, thank you guys for watching. Your support, your positive comments, they're motivating. Like, all you guys commenting saying how you enjoy watching the project, that it's motivating you guys. It's just, you know, it makes me want to get down here and work on this thing some more and keep making these videos for you guys. So thank you guys for the support. It's huge. It really is. So I'll see you guys in the next video when I start getting my seats mounted and making more progress on this cage. All right, have a good day, guys. I'll see you later.